After the AI priest, we now have AI politicians on the horizon, and I'm here wondering when this will become a trend because they've already got my vote. Let's dive into the news. An AI politician is running for office in UK, and guess what? This digital candidate has a real shot at winning, and I will explain how. Scientists from Google and Harvard have created a virtual rat based on a real rat's brain. This AI rat is living like it actually exists, and this could change everything. In Saudi Arabia, AI robots are now being used in one of the biggest religious events in the world. Yep, robots are stepping into religion as well, and I'll tell you how this is going to work. This one is for all you introverts out there who hate showing your grumpy face. There's now a robotic mask that keeps you smiling all the time. Yes, it's bizarre, but also kind of genius. Our beloved Voyager 1, the farthest spacecraft ever launched, has made contact again, and scientists have gathered some pretty important information from it. I'm WVX, and you'll see all this and more on my channel, right after the intro. In a world where traditional politicians are already confused with emotionless robots, the idea of electing a true artificial intelligence as a representative seems like the next logical step. Meet AI Steve, the first AI candidate running for parliament in the UK, promising to revolutionize politics with algorithms and an efficiency only a circuit board can offer. AI Steve is the embodiment, or rather the coding, of the frustration of its creator, Brighton businessman Steve Endicott, who sees traditional politics as a minefield of egos and secure seats where little gets done besides re-elections. User interface and probably a robust server, Endicott promises to transform every complaint about potholes and environmental policies not into empty promises but into processable data that AI Steve will use to formulate policies that actually work. While some might see this as the pinnacle of digital democracy, others wonder if we really want a parliament program for automatic updates with no undo button. The funny part isn't just that AI Steve could be the most honest politician given his inorganic origins, but that he wouldn't be able to engage in the usual power plays, unless, of course, we consider hacking attempts. Engagement with the public comes not only from the promise of a new form of governance, but also from the lighthearted terror of thinking that policies are decided by something that doesn't even need coffee to function. Will AI Steve adjust taxes as easily as a software update? Only time will tell. Listen up, a group of neuroscientists from Harvard and the geniuses at Google's DeepMind decided to play God for a day and create an artificial brain for a virtual rat. Sounds like a scene from a sci-fi movie, but it's the real deal. According to an article published in Nature, these scientists developed such a detailed model that our little digital friend can now navigate through a maze, with no cheese at the end though. Using a mix of real rat data and the latest in AI simulation, they created a virtual rat that not only looks real but moves like one too. The idea was to use an artificial neural network trained through a method called deep reinforcement learning, which is basically teaching the rat to think before it acts. The virtual rat learned to perform complex movements, like a breakdancer, without the music. This isn't just some Frankenstein science horror show, it has a serious purpose. The researchers aim to apply this knowledge to improve robotic control systems and explore the mysteries of the human brain. Maybe in the future, this could help us better understand neurological diseases or even enhance how robots move and interact in the real world. And like any good scientific experiment, they want to give the virtual rat more autonomy. That's right, the next step is to let the rat fend for itself, probably to see if it can find its way out of the maze or if it'll spend its digital life running in circles. Virtual neuroscience is just getting started, and our little rat might be the pioneer of a new era of scientific discoveries, or just a very confused little creature in a digital world. These days, people arrive in Mecca and instead of finding a wise human, they're greeted by a robot ready to dispense spiritual guidance at Wi-Fi speed. This isn't a Black Mirror script, it's real life. In Saudi Arabia, pilgrims at the Great Mosque of Mecca can now be guided by AI-powered robots, ready to discuss theology in multiple languages, from Arabic to Mandarin. With a 21-inch screen and high-definition cameras, these robots can not only capture your existential questions, but also offer answers worthy of a virtual scholar. This leap isn't just a step forward in technology, it's a triple backflip in tradition. The idea is to make life easier for the faithful, allowing more people to get quick answers about rituals and other religious queries, without the barrier of language or human fatigue. However, behind this futuristic scene, there are delicate questions about the authenticity of spiritual guidance when it's coming from circuits and algorithms. While some might argue that it democratizes access to religious information, others might wonder if we're one step away from having our confessions heard by a celestial Siri. Still, it's hard to deny the charm of an interaction where a robot can switch from a serious religious discussion to a guide on how to recycle your trash. This development promises to revolutionize not only how pilgrims experience their faith, but also how we, as a society, view the role of technology in spirituality. The Cootie 2 mask is here, promising a digital utopia for the urban spy or anyone scared of showing their face but still wants to be the life of the party. Imagine this: you can stay completely anonymous while simulating basic human emotions without actually feeling anything. It's the modern introvert's dream. This weird tech mask not only covers your face with an LED screen that shows pre-programmed emotions based on your head movements or the sound of your voice, but also does it with a style that makes you look like you came from the future or a Halloween party. And guess what? You can appear happy, sad, or confused without moving a single facial muscle. Easy, right? With more than 30 emotions to choose from, the mask can show everything from an ear-to-ear grin to a grumpy robot expression, depending on the model you pick, of course. And don't forget the million faces you can create and control through an app. Who needs genuine facial expressions when you can simply download an update? And about the price? Well, if you're willing to shell out $129 now, you better hurry because the price will shoot up to almost $200 after the launch. Oh, and don't forget, the battery only lasts 3 hours. But honestly, who needs more than 3 hours to make friends or influence people with a mask that speaks for you? So if you're tired of giving that fake smile, the Cootie Mask 2 is here to save the day. Or at least make you look like you're smiling while secretly wishing you were home watching Netflix. Voyager 1, our grand old spacecraft sent to space in the 1970s, is back saying hello like nothing happened. Since November, it's been more confused than your grandma at a rave, throwing corrupted data around like confetti at a carnival. But thanks to NASA's rescue squad, which operates more like emergency IT, our darling is back online. Imagine, it basically had to reboot its system in the middle of interstellar space, which deserves a round of applause on its own. Now, with its 4 scientific instruments chattering away with fresh data again, Voyager 1 can continue its lonely journey through the cosmos, like the ultimate dream for any true introvert. Living millions of kilometers away from Earth's drama? Where do I sign up? And as it heads into another decade of exploration, who knows what cosmic answers it might bring back that we can't even imagine. Because in the end, if a spacecraft can survive the icy void of space for nearly 50 years and still do its job, then there's hope for all of us who sometimes struggle to get off the couch and grab the remote. Now let's cross our fingers or antennas that Voyager 1 keeps up its teenage energy until at least 2027, so it can celebrate its 50th launch anniversary in style. And speaking of keeping on, this mission is like those old brick Nokias that refuse to stop working. Let's remember that Voyager 1, with its dwindling power and a heating system that feels more like an old blanket, makes every watt count. Thanks for watching my channel. If you want to know the catastrophic predictions of our future with artificial intelligence, click on the video above. See you soon.